Humanity's retribution surfaced 40,000 years after Earth had been reduced to rubble. Captain Zarin, on routine patrol in the Outer Rim, detected an enormous vessel appearing on his scanners. His blood chilled. The legends he'd heard were now palpable. Every Krell knew of them and feared them. Commanding his ship, the Krell's Fury, what he saw dwarfed his own battlecruiser, a massive, unknown leviathan of human make. Attempts to hail the ship went unanswered, and then, as quickly as it appeared, it vanished without a trace. Captain Zarin promptly reported back to Krell High Command, driven by a resolve to demystify this ghostly apparition. The humans, believed extinct, were evidently not so. Their sudden return spelled impending doom for the Krell Imperium and the many races it had subjugated. It fell to Captain Zarin to discern the intentions of these enigmatic humans and to either thwart their looming vengeance or bow before it. The Krell had only days to uncover the human plan and forestall the potential annihilation of their empire. Delving into ancient records, Captain Zarin's eyes raced across the faded texts. The more he read, the more intrigued he became. These records told of humans, once rulers of a mighty empire that had spanned the galaxy, a formidable force to be reckoned with. Their technology eclipsing anything the Krell had ever developed. The records unfolded a grim history. The humans had perished in a devastating war with an unknown foe over 40,000 years prior. The few survivors had escaped to the far reaches of the galaxy, disappearing from history. Captain Zarin leaned back in his chair, his thoughts racing. Could it be possible that the humans were still out there, biding their time to reclaim their lost empire? He was determined to uncover the truth. For the next several days, Zarin secluded himself in his quarters, poring over the ancient records and scouring them for any clue that might reveal the humans' current whereabouts. He barely slept or ate, his focus unyielding, causing his crew to grow increasingly concerned about his well-being. Nonetheless, he remained undeterred, driven by his quest for answers. Finally, his diligence paid off when he stumbled upon a mention of a planet on the galaxy's edge, once a thriving human settlement. It was a long shot, but it was the only lead he had. Setting a course for the planet, Zarin felt his heart throb with anticipation. Upon arrival, they found nothing but ruins, echoes of a once great civilization. As Zarin roamed the dilapidated buildings and overgrown streets, he discovered artifacts, remnants of technologies that surpassed anything the Krell had ever devised. Among these discoveries, he found a small handheld device. Turning it over in his hands, he pressed a button and watched as the screen came to life, unveiling a holographic interface that was not only stunning, but also intuitively designed. Zarin spent hours examining the artifacts, captivated by their intricacy and advanced engineering. The deeper he delved into their secrets, the more he appreciated the sophistication of the lost human civilization. The more he learned, the more Captain Zarin realized that the humans had not merely been a myth. They were a formidable civilization capable of incredible achievements. Yet the mystery of what had caused their downfall lingered. Were they still out there, ready to return and reclaim what once was theirs? Zarin couldn't be sure of the answers, but one fact was undeniable. The humans were real, and they posed a potential threat to the Krell Imperium. He knew he had to find them, to prevent any possible resurgence before it was too late. Collecting the unearthed artifacts, Zarin returned to his ship, his mind swirling with plans and contingencies. The hunt was now in full swing, and he was determined not to rest until he had unraveled the truth behind the human legend. Standing on the bridge of his ship, Captain Zarin gazed into the vastness of space. Weeks of searching had passed, following every lead and chasing every rumor about the legendary humans. Yet so far, all efforts had been fruitless. His first officer, a tall, muscular Krill named Grow, approached him on the bridge, sensing the weight of the captain's thoughts, looked troubled. "Captain, I must speak with you." Zarin turned to face him, his expression hardening. "What is it, Grow?" "The crew is growing restless," Grow said, his voice low. "They feel that we have been neglecting our duties in pursuit of this obsession of yours." Zarin's jaw clenched. "It's not an obsession," he growled. "It's a mission of the utmost importance. The humans could pose a threat to our entire empire." Grow shook his head. "With all due respect, Captain, there is no evidence to support that claim. The humans have been gone for thousands of years. Even if they did still exist, what makes you think they would be a threat to us?" Zarin slammed his fist down on the console, making Grow flinch. "You didn't see what I saw on that planet? The technology they possessed, it was beyond anything we have ever encountered. If they were to return, they could wipe us out in a matter of days." Grow opened his mouth to respond, but was interrupted by a loud beeping from the communications console. Zaron strode over to it and pressed a button, his eyes scanning the incoming message. Of silence on the bridge as Zaron's message sank in. His eyes moved over the crew, meeting their gazes one by one. "It's from High Command," he said, his voice grim. "They are ordering me to abandon my investigation and return to Krell space immediately." Grow looked relieved. "Then we should do as they say, Captain. This search has gone on long enough." But Zaron shook his head, his expression resolute. "No," he said firmly. "I will not abandon this mission, not when we are so close to the truth." He turned to face his crew, his voice carrying forcefully across the bridge. "I know many of you have doubts about what we are doing here, but I assure you this is not a futile pursuit. The humans are real, and they are out there somewhere. If we don't find them first, someone else will." He paused, his eyes scanning the faces of his crew. "I cannot compel any of you to continue with me, but I will pursue this search with or without you. Those who wish to leave may do so now, but those who choose to stay will be part of something far greater than ourselves, something that could potentially alter the course of history." There was a moment of reflective silence as the crew contemplated their captain's words and the magnitude of their mission. There was a moment of silence, then Grow stepped forward, his head held high. "I'm with you, Captain," he declared, his voice firm. "To the end." Inspired by his resolve, one by one, the rest of the crew stepped forward as well, their faces etched with determination. Zaron felt a surge of pride as he surveyed his loyal crew, reassured by their readiness to follow him to the ends of the galaxy if necessary. "Then it's settled," he announced, his voice ringing with authority. "We will continue our search no matter the cost. We will not rest until we have uncovered the truth." With that, he turned back to the console and began plotting a new course, his mind alive with possibilities. He knew he was taking a great risk by defying his superiors, but he also recognized that there was no turning back now, not when they were so close to unraveling the greatest mystery in the history of the galaxy. As the ship sped through the stars, a sense of excitement built within Zaron. He was unsure of what lay ahead, but he felt ready to face whatever challenges might arise. With his loyal crew at his side, he was confident that together they could navigate any danger and perhaps change the course of history. Been searching for humans, not pirates. Yet here was an unexpected confrontation that could not be ignored. They had been traveling for days, pushing deeper into uncharted space, and the tension among the crew had mounted as they ventured into the unknown. Despite this, Zaron's focus had not wavered. His eyes were perpetually glued to the scanners, vigilant for any sign of human activity. Then, abruptly, the ship's sensors issued a series of urgent beeps. Zaron leaned forward, his pulse quickening as a distinctive blip materialized on the screen. A ship unlike any he had encountered before. It was colossal, dwarfing their vessel, constructed of a strange, shimmering metal that seemed to ripple with light. Zaron's initial instinct was to approach the ship and establish communication, but before he could issue the command, the communication console crackled to life. A deep, gravelly voice boomed through the bridge, sending chills down Zaron's spine. "Attention, Krell vessel," the voice declared, its tone menacing. "This is Zorgon, leader of the Black Star Pirates. You are trespassing in our territory. Surrender now or be destroyed." Zaron's eyes narrowed. His mission was critical, and he had no time for distractions or threats. Yet facing a pirate threat in this unknown sector posed a significant risk to the safety of his crew and their mission. He had to handle this situation swiftly and decisively. "Communicate our intentions as explorers, not intruders," Zaron instructed his communications officer, his voice steady despite the rising tension. "But prepare all defensive systems. We will not provoke a fight, but we will defend ourselves if necessary." As the crew scrambled to comply, Zaron stood firm on the bridge, his resolve unwavering. He was determined to continue their quest for the humans, but now he had to navigate this immediate peril in the uncharted expanses of space. Together into the vastness of space, a fragile alliance formed under the pressing urgency of Zaron's mission. Zaron had heard of Zorgon and his band of ruthless pirates, but he had never encountered them in person. He knew they were not to be trifled with, yet backing down was not an option. "This is Captain Zaron of the Krell Imperium," he declared, his voice resolute. "We mean you no harm. We are on a mission of great importance and request safe passage through your territory." A pause hung in the space between the broadcasts. Then Zorgon's voice returned, tinged with a hint of amusement. "A mission of great importance, you say? And what might that be?" Zaron hesitated, unsure how much to reveal but aware that he needed Zorgon's cooperation to continue. "We are searching for a lost species known as the humans," he explained steadily. "We believe they may have left behind technology and artifacts of great value." Zorgon laughed, a harsh, grating sound. "The humans? You're chasing a myth, Captain. But I'll tell you what. I've heard of your quest and I'm intrigued. If you're willing to share any technology or treasures you might find, I'll help you out. But if you try to double-cross me, I'll blast you out of the sky faster than you can blink." Zarin gritted his teeth, his mind racing. He didn't trust Zorgon, but he recognized the absence of choice. "Very well," he said tightly. "We have a deal. But I warn you, Zorgon, if you betray us, you will regret it." Zorgon laughed again. "I like your spirit, Captain. But don't worry, I always keep my word. Now let's get moving. We've got a lot of ground to cover." With that, the two ships set off together into the uncharted regions, their uneasy alliance a testament to the perilous nature of their journey and the possible rewards that lay beyond. But Zarin was determined not to let this deter him. "Focus all power on the forward shields and return fire," he commanded, his voice cutting through the chaos of the bridge. The crew worked with intense focus, redirecting energy and coordinating their counterattacks. Zarin could see the resolve in their eyes. They were not ready to give up. As they maneuvered through the barrage of fire from the Zani warship, Zarin felt the familiar thrill of challenge mixed with the stark awareness of their precarious situation. "Captain, we've managed to penetrate their shields with our last volley," reported a crew member, hope rising in his voice. "Prepare to launch another salvo," Zarin ordered. "Target their weapon systems. Let's disable that firepower and get out of here." The air was thick with tension as the crew prepared the ship for another offensive. Zarin watched the readouts, calculating the best trajectory and timing for their strike. This battle was crucial, not just for their survival, but for the continuation of their mission. Just as they were about to fire, Zorgon's voice crackled over the comm. "Need a hand, Krell?" His tone was light, but there was an edge of seriousness beneath it. Zarin didn't hesitate. "Yes, we could use your firepower," he replied, acknowledging the pirates' timely offer. Moments later, the combined firepower of their allied ships unleashed a formidable barrage against the Zani warship, overwhelming its defenses. The Zani ship faltered, its return fire weakening. With a final powerful strike, they disabled the Zani warship's main weapons. Cheers erupted on Zarin's bridge, but he remained focused. "Maintain vigilance," he cautioned. "They might still have tricks up their sleeve." As the Zani threat receded, Zarin turned to his crew, a nod of appreciation for their bravery and skill. "Well done, everyone. Let's repair what we can and keep moving. We're not out of danger yet, but today you proved just how formidable we are when we stand together." With Zorgon and his pirates proving to be unlikely allies, Zarin felt a renewed sense of hope. Together, venturing into the depths of space, he was a step closer to unraveling the mystery of the humans, bolstered by the fighting chance their alliance offered. Great battle or catastrophe long forgotten by time. Zarin gazed out at the scene, his mind racing with questions and possibilities. "What is this place?" he murmured, his voice a mix of awe and apprehension. Gro, standing beside him at the observation deck, was equally stunned. "It looks like a battlefield from an ancient war," he speculated, his eyes scanning the debris for any clues that might hint at the origins of this cosmic graveyard. Zorgon's voice came through the comm system, his tone now serious and devoid of any prior amusement. "This could be a ship cemetery from one of the old Empire skirmishes or something even older. We might find something valuable here or something dangerous." Zarin nodded, considering the pirate's words. "Let's proceed with caution. Helm, maintain a slow speed and keep our shields up. Sensors, stay alert for any energy readings or movement." The ship crept forward, navigating through the wreckage. The crew was silent, each member acutely aware of the significance of their surroundings. The ruins around them were not just remnants, they were history, each piece potentially holding keys to untold stories and technologies. As they moved deeper into the graveyard, the ship's sensors picked up faint energy signals emanating from a derelict station nearby. "Captain, there's residual power in that station," one of the sensor operators reported. "It might be worth investigating." Zarin considered the risks. Exploring the station could provide valuable insights and perhaps artifacts related to the humans or the forces that had fought here, but it also could hold unknown dangers. "Prepare a team for a close examination. We'll go in armed and ready for anything," Zarin decided, his decision firm. "This anomaly brought us here for a reason, and I intend to find out why." With renewed purpose, Zarin and his crew set out to uncover the secrets held within the ancient battle-scarred relics before them, each step taking them closer to understanding the broader mysteries of the galaxy, and, hopefully, the fate of humanity. Ghostly silence of the station. "We received your distress signal. Who are you and what happened here?" The voice responded, barely above a whisper, but with a tone of desperate relief. "Thank goodness. Someone finally came. We're survivors. Scientists from the Coalition of Free Systems. Our station was attacked by marauders weeks ago. They thought they had wiped us all out, but some of us managed to hide." Zarin signaled his team to lower their weapons slightly but remain vigilant. "How many of you are left?" he asked, his eyes scanning the dimly lit corridors for any sign of an ambush. "Just a few of us now," the voice replied, its source finally coming into view. A gaunt figure stepping weakly from the shadows. The man was evidently injured, supporting himself against the wall. Zarin approached cautiously, his team fanning out to secure the area. "We can offer medical assistance and protection," Zaron said, extending a hand to the weary survivor. "Can you tell us more about the attackers? Any detail might help prevent further incidents." The survivor nodded, clutching Zarin's hand with a weak grip. "They were searching for something specific, ancient technology they believed was hidden here. We don't know if they ever found it, but they destroyed much of our research and equipment in their search." As Zarin listened, he couldn't help but connect the dots to his own mission. The possibility that these marauders were also after remnants of human technology or something even older was too coincidental to ignore. "Rest now," Zarin reassured the survivor, turning to his crew. "Let's get these people to safety and then assess the station. There might be crucial information here that could help us understand more about the human artifacts we're searching for." With renewed urgency, Zarin led the rescue efforts, all the while aware that the path they were on was becoming increasingly complex and dangerous. Not only were they unraveling the mysteries of humanity's past, but they were also stepping into a much larger battleground, one that spanned across forgotten histories and hidden agendas in the vast expanse of space it took to protect the galaxy and its myriad inhabitants. Dante's revelation had added an unforeseen weight to Zarin's mission, intertwining their fates with the ancient lore of a lost human civilization. "I understand," Zarin responded, his voice firm despite the uncertainty that clouded his thoughts. "Tell me what needs to be done. How do we prevent the Zani from harnessing this power?" Dante approached the stasis pod, laying a hand upon its cold, glassy surface. "Inside this pod is something the Zani must never find," he explained, "an artifact of immense energy and potential. It was part of what sparked the war thousands of years ago. The humans, my people, decided it was too powerful to be used, fearing its capabilities could lead to ultimate destruction." He paused, his gaze returning to Zarin. "This artifact must be destroyed, but doing so will not be simple. It is protected by fail-safes and traps, designed to thwart any who attempt to misuse it." Zarin nodded, absorbing the gravity of their task. "We'll do it. We'll ensure the Zani don't get their hands on this artifact. My crew and I are prepared to handle whatever challenges we face." Dante smiled, the expression weary but tinged with hope. "I knew when I saw your ship entering this sector that you might be the key to ending this long struggle. The humans may be gone, but our legacy can live on through your actions. Help me complete this last mission, Captain, for the sake of all." As they prepared to undertake this perilous mission, Zaron felt the weight of history upon his shoulders. Not just the history of the Krell or the pirates, but of an entire lost species whose existence might rewrite the cosmic balance. With a deep breath, he rallied his crew, sharing with them the critical nature of their new objective. "Today we not only fight for the Krell Imperium," Zarin announced, his voice echoing through the corridors of the ship. "We fight for the legacy of humanity and the safety of the galaxy. Prepare yourselves. Our journey takes us deeper into the unknown, but I have no doubt in my mind about the courage each of you holds. Let's move out." With Dante at his side and his crew ready, Captain Zarin set forth to navigate the perils ahead, driven by a newfound resolve to honor the legacy of the humans and thwart a cosmic threat of unimaginable scale. "Fleet will need more time to mobilize," Dante replied, his voice steady despite the grim situation. "We must hold them off until reinforcements can arrive." Zarin nodded, understanding the gravity of their circumstances. He turned back to his crew, his voice clear and authoritative amidst the din of the ongoing battle. "All hands, this is Captain Zarin. We are in the fight of our lives, but I have full faith in each of you. We need to buy time, engage defensive maneuvers, prioritize shield regeneration, and keep our critical systems online. We stand here not just as soldiers, but as the last line of defense. Let's show the Zani what we're made of." The crew responded with a renewed vigor, rallying around their captain's call. Engineers worked feverishly to reroute power to essential systems, while gunners targeted the incoming threats with precise and calculated shots. The ship danced through space, dodging and weaving through the barrage of enemy fire. Meanwhile, Zarin kept a close watch on the tactical display, his mind racing for any advantage they could exploit. "Grar, keep our profile narrow, make us a harder target to hit. Communication, send out a distress signal to any nearby Allied forces. We need all the help we can get." As the battle raged, Dante stood beside Zarin, observing the chaos with a critical eye. "Captain, there may be a way to use the debris field from the graveyard as a cover," he suggested, pointing to a nearby cluster of destroyed ships on the holomap. "Good idea," Zarin acknowledged, quickly adapting to the suggestion. "Helm, set a course for the debris field. Navigate as close as you can. It might give us the edge we need." The ship made its way toward the debris field, using the remnants of ancient battleships as shields from the relentless Zani assault. Each maneuver brought them closer to temporary safety, allowing them some respite as they regrouped and planned their next move. Zarin glanced at Dante, grateful for the human's presence and strategic insight. "Once your fleet arrives, we'll go on the offensive. Until then, we hold the line." Dante nodded, his expression resolute. "You have my word, Captain. We'll get through this together." As the ship nestled among the twisted metal and broken hulls, Zarin felt a brief moment of calm amidst the storm. He knew the respite would be short-lived, but he was prepared to use every second to their advantage. With Dante's fleet on the way and his crew's unwavering courage, he believed they could turn the tide against the Zani and protect the galaxy from their tyranny. The battle turned dramatically. The human fleet, appearing just in time, unleashed a barrage of advanced weaponry that the Zani ships couldn't withstand. The sleek vessels, each one a testament to human engineering prowess, moved with precision and deadly intent. "Zoran, look sharp. Let's take advantage of this opening," Zarin shouted over the comm link, his voice filled with renewed hope and adrenaline. Zoran's ship, flanking the enemy from the left, darted forward, taking the lead. "Roger that, Captain," he replied, his voice crackling through the static. Together, their ships dove into the fray, exploiting the chaos sown among the Zani by the sudden human onslaught. The battle scene was intense, with Zani ships frantically trying to regroup and counter the unexpected attackers. But the human fleet was relentless, cutting through their formations with ease. Each ship of the human fleet seemed to act with a singular purpose, coordinated and unstoppable. On Zarin's ship, the crew cheered as they watched the Zani forces begin to falter. The tide had indeed turned, but Zarin knew they weren't out of danger yet. "Maintain focus, everyone. This isn't over until the last Zani ship is driven from this sector," he commanded, keeping his eyes on the tactical display. As the human fleet continued to decimate the Zani ranks, Zarin maneuvered his ship into strategic positions, firing on any Zani vessels that tried to escape the onslaught. The added firepower from the human ships provided a much-needed buffer, allowing Zarin's crew to manage their resources more efficiently. The human ships, agile and powerful, didn't just fight. They dominated the space around them, securing a perimeter that gradually pushed the Zani ships back, forcing them into a full retreat. The overwhelming display of human ingenuity and firepower was a sight to behold, changing the dynamics of the battle in mere minutes. As the last of the Zani ships warped out, desperate to escape, Zarin let out a deep breath he didn't realize he had been holding. He turned to Dante, who had been coordinating with the human fleet from his station on the bridge. "You timed that perfectly. Thank you," Zarin said, genuine gratitude in his voice. Zarin heard Dante's voice again, calm and commanding even in the aftermath. "Captain Zarin, the Zani are retreating. Our sensors indicate no further hostilities in the immediate vicinity. Shall we pursue or let them lick their wounds?" Zarin considered the options briefly. His first instinct was to chase down the remaining Zani ships to ensure they couldn't regroup and pose a threat again. However, he knew his crew and ships needed time to recover from the intense battle. "Let them go," he finally responded. "We need to regroup and repair. Our priority is to secure this sector and aid the damaged vessels." "Understood, Captain. Coordinating with your crew for recovery operations," Dante replied. The line went quiet as the communication shifted to logistical exchanges and the coordination of repair efforts. Zarin leaned back in his command chair, taking a moment to survey the bridge. Around him, his crew was busy assessing damage and managing emergency protocols, but there was a palpable sense of relief mixed with triumph. They had faced incredible odds and emerged victorious thanks to their resilience and the timely arrival of the human fleet. Turning his gaze to the viewport, Zoran watched as the sleek silver hulls of human ships glided through space, dispatching drones and repair modules to the damaged Krell and allied ships. The scene was a stark contrast to the chaos that had reigned just moments before. It was a testament to human ingenuity and their commitment to this newfound alliance. "Captain, all remaining Zani vessels have cleared the sector. We are now in the process of setting up defensive perimeters and initiating repairs," reported Grar, his voice steady despite the earlier tension. "Good. Keep me updated on the progress and alert me to any changes in the situation," Zarin replied, turning his attention back to the broader strategic implications. With the Zani momentarily pushed back, they had a crucial opportunity to strengthen their defenses and prepare for any future confrontations. As the recovery efforts continued, Zarin felt a renewed determination. This battle had proven that together, with the humans as their allies, they had the strength to confront and overcome the Zani threat. It was a powerful alliance, one that held the potential to change the course of the war, and perhaps the future of the galaxy itself. For now, though, there was much to be done. Zarin was ready to lead his crew through the recovery, the rebuilding, and beyond. The road ahead would be fraught with challenges, but for the first time in a long while, he felt they were truly ready to face whatever the future might bring. Dante's voice echoed across the bridge, strong and clear. "This is Dante to all ships. The Zani have been defeated, but this is only the beginning." Zarin leaned forward, his attention fixed on the incoming message. Dante continued, his voice imbued with a fierce determination. "We are the humans, and we have returned. For those who have wronged us, you have one chance to surrender. If you do not, then you have only one option left. Run." A shiver ran down Zarin's spine. The galaxy would never be the same again. The humans had returned, and they were a formidable force to be reckoned with. He glanced over at Zoran, who was grinning from ear to ear. "Not bad for a day's work, eh, Captain?" Zoran remarked. Zarin nodded, a small smile tugging at his lips. "Not bad at all, my friend. Not bad at all." Together they stood on the bridge of Zoran's ship, watching as the human fleet advanced into the stars, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The galaxy trembled before their might, and Zarin knew that he had been part of something truly incredible. As they prepared for the next steps, the bridge was alive with activity, but a palpable sense of unity and purpose united the crew. They were no longer just survivors. They were part of a larger movement, a force that could shape the future of the galaxy. With the humans as their allies, there was a real chance to restore balance and ensure justice across the stars.